All right, so now we're going to look at how a function is defined using JavaScript. All right, so to define a function, we basically just do it using the desired name of the function and then the function keyword. So this is effectively the setup. So here's a simple function. So we put function, that's letting JavaScript know that we're defining a function, and then the name of the function. So I'm just going to do something simple called abmalt, and then the parameters that it accepts. So this is going to accept two parameters, A and B. And then following that, in curly brackets, we define what the function actually does. So all this is going to do is just return multiply the two values together. So we could do something like let m equal A times B, and then return, and then return m. And then if we actually use the function now, we'll do console.log, and then we'll do abmalt, and then we'll just give it two values, so 3 and 4. And run that, and then we get back 12, right? So this is, again, name of the function. The function keyword tells JavaScript that we're declaring a function. These are the parameters that the function takes, and then inside of curly brackets is what the function does. Just as a side note, this could actually be simplified. We wouldn't really need to define this variable. We could just do something like return A times B. So that would give us the same result. So if I run that again, see there we still get back 12. Okay, so that is a very simple function definition using JavaScript. There's another way to define functions. Honestly, I don't use this a lot. We're not going to use it a lot in here, but just so you're aware of it. This is what's known as an arrow function. And this is kind of similar to the concept like a lambda function in Python. So it's generally for short, like one-line functions, and it provides like more of a concise syntax for these, simpler definitions. So let's define this now as an arrow function. So I'm going to get rid of this, and we'll do let x equal, and then the parameters that the function will get. I'm sorry, we'll use the same name. So abmalt, let abmalt equal, and then ab is what the parameters that it accepts. And then we have this arrow symbol, so it's equal, greater than sign. So basically an arrow. And then what it does. So this is just A times B. All right, so that would be another way that we could define that same function now using this arrow syntax as opposed to the standard function definition, right? So now if I do console.log abmalt, and then we'll just do again like 3 and 4, this should give us back the same result, 12. All right, so this is the arrow function syntax, similar to like a lambda function in Python, or we have our traditional syntax that uses brackets. One thing you're going to notice a lot as you work with JavaScript is you're going to see a lot of brackets, and that's because lots of different objects and syntax use brackets, including function definitions, the object notation, and then also things like flow control and loops. So you'll see a lot of curly brackets throughout the use of JavaScript. And it's a little different than Python. Python uses a lot of indentation for readability. JavaScript uses a lot of curly brackets. So you could use an arrow function if you have a simple function or a fairly simple function definition, which could alleviate a lot of unnecessary brackets and whatnot.